I love elephants. So let's talk about a population of elephants. Think about all the factors that could possibly affect the growth of this population. Food and water resources, weather, space, competition and external intervention, disease. These are all called limiting factors. The presence of these in the environment of elephants could potentially slow growth of population. So let's look at how this population grows. The middle section represents exponential growth. It's a time when resources are plentiful and the population grows healthily and produces lots of viable offspring. But this type of growth can't continue forever. Let's say now that our population of elephants has gotten so big that there's now not enough food in their environment to support all of them. Food becomes the limiting factor here, and the elephant population has reached what's called the carrying capacity. Carrying capacity is an important concept. It's the maximum population size an environment can support with all of its available resources. So what about humans? The human population of Earth is still experiencing exponential growth. And this graph here shows the growth of the human population since 10,000 BC. Two things should become extremely obvious. One, the human population has only recently begun to grow quickly. In the 1800s, we experienced the Industrial Revolution, and what happened was that our limiting factors changed. And since then, scientific advancements and improved living conditions have only contributed to the massive growth of the human population. And two, we have yet to reach our carrying capacity. So a minute ago when I was talking about elephants, I mentioned limiting factors that could affect and potentially slow the elephant population growth. Look at the human population graph again. That dent represents the Black Plague, which in the 14th century reduced the world's population by 22%. So what event would be catastrophic enough today to wipe out 22% of the population? To do that, one would have to kill almost 2 billion people. Drastic climate change is an environmental phenomenon that's predicted to cause a lot of problems for us in the future. Droughts have been depleting water and food supplies in areas that are otherwise plentiful. Climate change also leads to more massive floods, hurricanes, tornadoes, and other natural disasters. Rising sea levels are pushing shorelines further and further inland. Now, possibly the closest we've ever come to the Black Death in the past century is influenza, which killed roughly 50 million people across the globe. But what about competition and external intervention? Aliens? Okay, maybe not. But what about the power of machines? Since the mid-20th century, scientists have been turning their eyes to the world of artificial intelligence. And something that, to me, is just as much of a threat as climate change to the human race is the creation of a being with real artificial superintelligence. No, I'm not a fanatic. But when we give the ability to think to a machine that does not possess human emotion or common sense, humankind will be forced to relinquish any semblance of intelligence and control. I'm sorry, Dave.